The amount of money the company had to drop around was staggering, says a former corporate employee. These guys in sales who were 25 years old and maybe had a couple years of college were making incredible money and driving Porsches. It felt like something was wrong when they separating the young land officers at American State were under enormous pressure to move loans. It was a chop shop, and the wife was always being cracked for more, says Mark Bromchill, describing the AmeriQuest office in Minnesota where he worked from two other former loan officers interviewed separately used the same description. Ting, Larry, Glenn Ross, loan officers were often required to make a certain number of outbound calls each day, 150, say Bob, and there were power hours for cold calling. Managers were brutal to those who weren't closing loans. Recalls another former employee. Firms took anyone, car wash guys, let alone car salesmen, logos, but executives says they hired young, inexperienced people to keep costs down. Truck former loan officers say the real reason was that inexperienced loan officers were less likely to realize that they were screwing people over. As one of them put it, the branches were run a little like frat houses. One says Bob handful of land officers were blind, blindfolded while a manager yelled out lines from the movie boiler room. Fraud was an everyday occurrence. You'd look over and there would be a guy alternating W-2s, um, says Bombshell. One loan officer, Lisa Taylor, who worked in America West End Sacramento office room, filed a sexual harassment and wrongful dismissal case alleging that Ameriquets management content encourage and participate in extended document alteration, manipulation, and frauding in order to sell more lands. Taylor later told the Los Angeles Times that she worked in co-workers using a brightly like Coca-Cola vending machine has a tracing board to loan against could copy borrowers' signatures onto black documents. She also cited in her complaint that Ameriquest had hired a self-avowed porno king who made no secret of the fact that he sold sex toys online in his spare time. Ameriquest tried to tighten up its lending standards, among other things, and changed its compensation will well the line so that loan officers were to no longer rewarded for taking in addition fees, and it implemented new software designed to prevent fraud, but the relentless pressure for loans volume never changed, and in the breach they are always seem to be always of getting around the new policies. It is absurd to suggest that their change solved the problems, says one longtime critic. Ameriquest core product was something called 220 loan, meaning it had a low fixed rate for 2 years and then converted to a higher adjustable rate for the remaining 28 years.